What's good? How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to another episode of Don's Favorite here on Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's your boy the Don here with my co-host Tyrone. What's good, man?
Hey man, ready to talk about this game. It wasn't bad, but you know, people.
Man, it's not even a game anymore, man. It's what I gotta witness on social media. It,
Yeah,
I'm just tired of the. It's not even the season, the real season yet, and I'm already over some of these comments from the fans. But hey, if you're new to the channel, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content out with Atlanta Sports Fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast. So, first half, let's talk about that.
well, first half we saw AJ get hurt. Um, we saw Felipe come in, and then we saw the whole what did the Falcons Twitter say? Felipe Vic or something like that. Um, but yeah, we ain't gonna bring that up. But I think the worst part of it was, I mean, after Caleb McGarry got out and some of like the ones we think are gonna start got out, which we didn't even have our starting lineup. So you just got to see Caleb, and Caleb did good. I mean, Caleb did good. Those were their starters, so Caleb did good himself. But I mean, other than that, we saw we saw Tajay Shark drop a touchdown. Then we saw
Yeah,
the other guy drop a touchdown. So Felipe had a good drive. I'm not gonna like his first drive was okay when he came in for AJ, but after that it just was weird. I mean he didn't have a really I don't know. Um, it was a weird type. It was a weird game. I'll put it like that. A weird first half. I'll put it like that. It we couldn't score. I mean all we did was see Young Ho Kooth hit a 52-yarder, which we wasted a good return because
yeah,
he got us like the 40, and then we didn't go on. We went to like the next 40. So I mean, it's preseason football, and for people that are talking about Arthur Smith play the starters, look what and then the kid just said Waddle got hurt. Waddle ended up coming back out, but Waddle got hurt, and then AJ gets hurt. So now, I would imagine that would have been Matt. Then we would have been in a whole turmoil. Everybody like, "Oh my God, what do we do? What do we do?" So you can't play these starters, and they said they're gonna play next week, which me and King said ourselves, which they can play week 3, um, and let these other guys battle for positions. And you get week 3, and you get a week off to prepare to week 1. So it's not like week 3 was always the dress game.
you just
So
first,
what
yeah.
all we did literally these last 2 weeks was Tuesday we'll see the cuts, and next week we'll see the cuts. But we'll get to see at least Matt hopefully next week and get in the starter. So that's all it is. I mean, you got to see competitiveness. Ogundeji still is going. I think he's going to start. I still, Dante Fowler and Tutu are like them we think will be our outside linebackers, but really and truly, um, I really think that I like Ogundeji. Not really think Ogundeji
Yeah, I
plays.
love Ogundeji might end up starting, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real with people about this game. This is a team that we will see again in the regular
in
season.
October. Yep.
So why in the world? And I'm talking to these fans. Why in the world will we go out here and put and give them everything on tape?
Yeah.
Think about
I don't
that.
think, but
Think
like
I want
AJ.
everybody to think about that. We're not playing. We're not. First off, we knew we weren't playing our stars. Second thing, I know people was yelling about the scheme. Yeah, the scheme was a little off tonight. I get it. Especially on the defense, we got guys playing 7 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Trufant would have
Uh,
loved that.
yeah,
Like Devontae said,
and
Trufant would have loved that.
exactly like that's not Dean P's scheme. Like that's not a scheme that you normally see him play on Sundays. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's we're Miami showed everything that they're gonna do in the season. We didn't. So when it comes to October, when we play them, it's gonna be a whole different thing.
Yeah,
So
I think like AJ was saying about the back to back 20 in the offensive line. Those not our starters, bro.
it's not.
Um,
We didn't get to see pitch.
yeah, we didn't see Pitts at all. We didn't get to see Pitts. I don't think we see Pitts maybe till next week, and that'll be limited as well. Which I know everybody's like, oh, he's a rookie, he needs to play. Where at the level I think he's at now, Arthur
He
Smith has
don't.
been saying, you trying to
You
learn, you trying to get him to learn now. That's all you want to
yeah.
really see him do. Like I understand you guys want to
You
see him play, but
you have Hayden Hurst. You still people
yeah,
gotta understand. You still have Hayden Hurst on the team. Like we ain't really gotta rush Kyle Pitts out there like that. This is why rookies fail. When you gotta push them out there, it ain't even just a rookie quarterback. It's just a rookie in general. When you put them out there and you try to Cole either turns into diamonds or it turns into dust. All right, and we're trying to mold him into a diamond. We don't have to push him out there like that. Give the man time. We have tight ends. We have weapons. We have a lot of
yeah,
weapons on this offense. Like we really, it's a luxury to have Kyle Pitts. It's not a need to have him.
yeah. Like, and for us in general, which is so weird, and I see people was complaining about it, bro. These are guys that are not going to play. Half these guys might not make the team.
Bruh,
So
60% of these guys ain't gonna make the team if we being honest.
exactly, really and truly. Now we know we're gonna see Fabian and we're gonna see those guys. We got to see some of those guys play. We still haven't seen Eric Harris play safety. We've seen a lot of Gritchy. I don't think we saw Harmon. Harmon didn't play tonight. Um, so you haven't seen none of the starting linebackers. Only person you've seen is Michael, and I think he need to play just because he's gaining weight and he's gaining muscle. But
Yeah.
I really just want to see him
Choo
play.
choo, choo choo. You better keep that same energy when we hang out at L in October. That's all I'm gonna say.
My cousin, I sent it in the group chat. My
Yeah, I
cousin
saw
sent
it,
me a text talking about we'll see what happened. I'm like, bro, it's preseason.
bro. Y'all
You
get
played
happy
your
over
starters.
a preseason game. Come on,
You
bro.
played your starters the whole. I mean, literally
The
the
three
whole.
quarters,
Yeah.
the whole 3 quarters, tools out there. Come on, bro. Stop it.
So I really, and then we got to see a lot. We got to see the maniac of Dean Peace and two corner blitzes back to back.
Yes.
Like that was crazy. I was expecting like maybe a linebacker blitz. He said two corner blitzes back to back. I was like, okay, yeah. I said that's going to be. That's because Hurst is kind of sort of his veteran, but we got to see that crazy. Dean Pease is a monster. He sent multiple blitzes. We just couldn't get sacks tonight. And like, but mind you, like we said,
It was
you're playing
practice
your
squad
starters.
guys against
Yeah,
their first string starter players.
yeah. And really and truly, we held them to 14 in the first half, which was crazy. I was like, okay, yeah, that showed just at least we can hang. Some of these guys can hang. Like Richie Grant had a perfect play. Ogundesi had multiple pressures on the QB, which I've been telling folks. The thing about Ogundesi, like when I did his draft review, me and Miles Gear did it. We said he's gotten better every year he's played football. Every year at Notre Dame, he got more and more sacks. He got more and more pressures. He just dropped. He just dropped lower because he wasn't one of the main face guys. But where we got him from, yeah, basically, yeah. I don't think Miami has that much in them to think they can. I love the faith. That's like you saying the Heat is gonna beat the Hawks, but um, like I say, I mean, we didn't get to see and Waddle. We didn't get to see Waddle versus Terrell, so you can talk about Waddle all you want. We have not seen like our starters at all. Like we have not seen our starters at all. So on either side of the football, and so you have to wait and see. I was expecting maybe they play the first quarter, but we didn't play the first quarter this week. Nobody was dressed. I say like I said, next week is the week because let's think about it. Most of our cuts might come this week. Um, I think we're already down. We're already down pretty close. I think we're in the 60s or we're still in the 70s a little bit. So you only got to get to 53. So we'll see more and more cuts coming through the week. I think next week before we get to week 3. I don't think I think week 4 isn't going to be the big cut week. I think week 3 will be the big cut week. I think this week coming up is going to be the big cut week, and then week 4 you can still get some of the stragglers out, or they get practice squad.
Let me talk about the quarterback situation now behind Matt Ryan. Okay, and I'm here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not here to bash AJ McCarron, and I'm not here to bash um, Felipe Franks. Guys, you guys gotta understand. Matt Ryan is an elite quarterback. All right, and having a guy like Matt Ryan is a luxury. If you guys understand what I'm saying. So any quarterback behind Matt Ryan is not going to play nowhere near the level of a Matt Ryan. You just don't see that type of quarterback play in the NFL like that. It's only a few teams that have elite quarterbacks. That's why the term elite. Okay, you don't see that many quarterbacks walking around the NFL like that. Okay, so when you see these backups, they're not going to play up to your expectations. This is why I tell people second string, third string quarterbacks, you got to lower your expectations because these guys are not going to go out here and give you 200, 300 yards a game or throw 3 touchdowns a game or have a quarterback rating over 65%. It's just, you're just not going to see that. All right. AJ McCarron, and I saw this, Arthur Smith was going to end up probably cutting him after the night. You just, we can, he's injured, so you can do an injured cut wave off of that. But Felipe is not a second string, and I'm not dogging Felipe Franks. I'm not. He just not a second string quarterback right now. He's a rookie. He needs to learn. The Falcons, they need to sign or trade to get a solid backup behind Matt Ryan, a veteran quarterback. Because if something happens to Matt Ryan, knock on wood, we're going to be screwed one way or another. But I choose bad over worse. Bad means that you go get you a veteran quarterback that can try to keep us in games and try to, trip over some wins if Matt Ryan goes down. Or worse, you go in with a rookie quarterback who is struggling right now against second, third string, players.
Yeah, yeah, and you can't rely on Felipe to come in anywhere in this season and be like, oh, you need to get him to play. You can't. He's not built like that just yet. Um, let's be honest. I would think. I really think you like Rosen's available, Blake Bortles is available, and
Let me look at the free agent list right now.
yeah, it's a couple guys that you can go get right now. Um, but you don't have to really do a lot because let me see. Well, RG3's gone. You got Josh McCown, Ryan Finley, Josh Rosen, Jake Rudock, Case, Jamie Newman, hilarious.
Yeah, you
And
you
Casey
got
Johnson.
you got you. This is who you got on the you got RG3, no. Josh McCown, no. Blake Borders, I can entertain that. Ryan Finley, no. Josh Rosen, like we said, yeah. Um, Jake Rudick, maybe. They got Jamie Newman out there, KJ Costello, who I'll be a fan of getting. Um, but you still got other players out there as well, like on other teams. And I'm looking right now. Flacco, I think is he still with New York? Flacco still with New York, I think. You got Blaine Gabbert. I'd make a trade for Blaine Gabbert to be honest with you. Blaine Gabbert's not a bad player that can play in this role. TJ, you still there?
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay.
No, up to Tyrod's not there. Tyrod's in Houston.
Yeah.
Um, so there's not a lot of guys. I mean, you're not gonna go trade. RG3 is working for ESPN now. So
I'm not. I will not get an RG3. I'm just
yeah,
not doing that. Like I said, you got Blake Borders. I think he's out there. You have I think Blaine Gabbert is still with Tampa Bay.
yeah.
Um, I will try to see if we can get him. Um, Trying to see who else I said that's on that
I say
list.
Rosen. Rosen's still young.
Josh Rosen is on there. KJ Costello, Jamie Newman. Like you have guys, but um, you need a veteran. You just need somebody
Yeah,
who has NFL experience, at least 3 years under their belt in the league.
that's why I say Josh Rosen's the youngest.
Yeah, Josh
Um,
Rosen been in the league for at least 3 years. You
yeah,
know,
he's the youngest, and he's been in the league for 3 years. So and he's been on. He can run. He can, if anything, he can come in and run an offense. So and those are the starting wide receivers you saw. And the fun thing about it, y'all have an injury that um, y'all have a tendency to get y'all wide receivers hurt. So I don't know who y'all have by then, but you like you said, KJ Costello. Um, well, they say he just signed with the Charger. So
hey, he did. Oh, okay, I
yeah,
don't know
so yeah,
that.
that's he's gone. So that's why I say the only person you really think of now is Rosen or Bortles. Um, but you don't need Rosen to start. You don't need any of these guys to come in and
They
start. Like
not.
Felipe's a project.
That's the thing. Folks keep thinking that well, why we signed it? Like we said this months ago. Remember before the draft, we said the Falcons can sign Mitch Trubisky. Boy, you know how much heat I got back then about that.
Yeah,
Oh man, why you want trash? He's sitting behind Matt Ryan. He's not starting. He's there just in case we need him. And look at the game he had today with against his old team. He looked good as a backup.
yeah, yeah. He ate versus them. So
And I ain't even finna get into the Bears and Justin Fields and all that, but we tried to tell you guys he won't start in week one, but other folks want to sit up here and tell me, oh no, he's starting week one. He's starting week one. He was never starting in week one. He struggled again today. No. All
yeah,
this Justin Fields hype, y'all need to let it go. Alright? They are giving him the same treatment that they gave Pat Mahomes. And I'm not comparing Justin Fields to Pat Mahomes. Oh no, I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is, when Pat Mahomes was drafted, did he start week one? No. He started later on in the season. They gave him time to sit behind Alex Smith to learn. He has to sit behind, I hate to say this, Andy Dalton to learn. And hopefully he can develop and be a good quarterback in this league.
but don't give him hype. Y'all are hyping his
Y'all
ass. Y'all
hyping
gonna
him
make
up.
if he's bad, then everybody's gonna call him a bust. And let's be honest, there's a lot of. I mean, let's go to an NBA. You guys, you bringing these numbers like James Wiseman last year. Wiseman hadn't had one of the best because he didn't have one of the best rookie years. But the first thing everybody started calling him mid season was a bust. But he was still being productive.
Hmm.
So you can't you put this hype on people where Fields. The thing is for Fields on that plays that you gotta check. You gotta check to have your what's his name. Um, you have a running back leaking out, and you had to see the blitz. You had a running back leak out and a tight end leak out. So you got to check to make one of them block the dude. One of like it don't matter which one. One of them got to. Um,
His mind is still at Ohio State. He think this is still college ball. This is not college ball anymore, Justin. This is NFL.
yeah,
And the type of offense you're trying to run, this is something new to you. Like you have to. This is why I made the post that I made on Facebook today. You gotta keep look. You gotta look around. You can't just be staring down your first read because we know how Justin Fields operate. He look at that first read. That first read is not open. What he's gonna do? He's gonna take off and run.
Yeah.
Can't do that. You have to learn how to play your position. You have to learn how to play quarterback in the NFL. They're not gonna. Matt Nagy is not a good coach, and he's definitely not gonna sit here and hold your hand. You gotta learn. He has to learn. I'm not gonna get too much on the Bears because we're not a Bears podcast. They're not an Atlanta team, so I'm done with that situation. But what I'm gonna say about this is Falcons fans have to be grateful with the position that we have right now in having a Matt Ryan. We could have drafted Justin Fields. Look how he's doing now. He's not even starting week 1. I haven't heard anything about Trey Lance this preseason, and Zach Wilson is not even Zach Wilson's not even doing well with the Jets right now. Those are 3 quarterbacks. Everybody remember those y'all 3 quarterbacks that y'all was capping for all spring long. And none of those guys have done anything this preseason. And yes, I know it's preseason, but they're rookies. They're supposed to show you something. And they haven't showed me anything. Good quarterbacks are a luxury, you guys. They don't grow on trees. We've been telling y'all this. It ain't easy just to move on from a elite future Hall of Fame quarterback and thinking that you're gonna get something better. It doesn't work like that. Look at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins ever since Dan Marino left, they've been looking for a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's been over 20 years since Marino suited up for the Dolphins.
And let's keep it real. For all these people that are talking about that Georgia chose Jake Fromm over Justin Fields. To be honest, Justin Fields came into college not ready to play college football. And Jake Fromm just took you to the promised land the year before. So for anybody that's talking about they chose or Kirby chose, no, it wasn't a choosing. It was a who's the guy that just took me to the national championship the year before.
It ain't even just about that. They had competition that spring. It just Fields understood how to read the playbook. Fields was struggling with the playbook. I had somebody on the show when we started FILA back then, and they told me, a beat writer for UGA. Go back and look in the archives, you guys. Like, they told me that Fields was struggling reading the playbook. Why would you start a person who's struggling reading the playbook over somebody who got it down pat? And yes, to add your point, that was the main report. That was the main report.
It's
just and add to your point, Tyrone. He just literally took y'all to a championship game. Like, make it make sense. You're not going to do that.
And then the games he played in, let's be honest, he pooped the bed versus Alabama when we put him in. He pooped the bed another game. I mean, he got in garbage time games, and everybody was calling him the next Holy Grail because he was throwing deep bombs. He's playing second string people. We were blowing people out when he got in.
And when he played, and let's be real, last year, 9 months ago. Oh, I'm sorry, a little bit over 8 months ago, he played in the championship game, the national championship game. Played against a team that's a prototypical NFL team in Alabama. What did he do there?
Poop the bed. I always say y'all had so much hype. Y'all had so much hype for him in college and didn't know the real story behind. Like, if you're not a Georgia fan, then you don't understand. Like, he was not ready to play at Georgia. I didn't say it was his fault. I'm saying when he got in the game, he didn't perform, and that's why he got taken right back out. He got in, he had a horrible drive. They took him right back out and put Jake Fromm back in.
And he went to Ohio State because Ohio State is known for dumbing down offenses for quarterbacks, and this is why you have yet to see Ohio State quarterback play well in the NFL. You have not seen no quarterback came out of that school that has been a serviceable quarterback in the NFL.
Nope. The only one that has had a little bit of success is when he went to the XFL.
We talking about NFL. I ain't
Yeah.
even finna go into other leagues.
Yeah, none of them. And you can tell because look, who won the national championship from Ohio State? What quarterback was that? He's the last one to win one. JT Barrett. That'd be JT Barrett.
Yeah, it was Cardale Jones, I believe.
Was it Cardale? Yeah, it was Cardale. Yeah.
Yeah, JT Barrett was. I think he was behind Cardale Jones.
Yeah, and then it was
Cardale Jones. And they neither one of them did anything, and then Dwayne Haskins is a backup now for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We don't even know he gonna play this year.
Nobody from Ohio State out of those guys have been good. Let's be honest. Now the teams. Let's be honest. Those teams. You had Zeke on one team. It was Zeke and Michael Thomas, I believe, on the one team. It was Zeke and Michael Thomas. So I mean, they always gonna have talent. JT had talent. Everybody from that. I mean, he had JT had the defense because I think he had Bosa for 2 years. The 3 years he was there, and he had Bosa.
There was Nick Bosa, and then Joey Bosa got. Well, Joey Bosa was there before. Joey Bosa was there for Cardale Jones. I think Joey Bosa
was there for like.
He was on that national championship team.
Years. Yeah, he was
on that national championship team. Yeah, they were loaded. As a Michigan fan, I can sit here and say Ohio State was loaded, but at the same time, going back to their quarterbacks, they don't have a history of any quarterback coming to the NFL and playing well.
No.
So we're not gonna say Joe Burrow does not count because Joe Burrow, they gave Dwayne Haskins and they gave Justin Fields. They gave Justin Fields the green light over Joe Burrow.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Joe Burrow is a far better quarterback than Justin Fields.
They literally it was his last year, but it was like his second. It might have been his junior year when Justin Fields transferred up there, and then he left. So I mean, you give up these guys like in this. You can say the same thing about Georgia. We gave up Justin Fields, but we didn't really give him up. To be honest, you guys if you guys look at Georgia, you go back to Georgia. We've had probably some of the best quarterbacks to come in for years. I mean years. These are some of the best quarterbacks we've had coming in Georgia. So, Jake Fromm was Jake Fromm. Like you had who was before Jake Fromm? Oh my God, Eason. You had Eason. Yeah. Then you had Jake Fromm. Then you had this is in concession because then you brought in Justin Fields, and then JT Daniels because he transferred. Then JT Daniels transferred. This would have been Justin's second or third year when JT transferred. So I mean, this has been the best thing we've had in years, being quarterback wise. And he knew he wasn't gonna beat out the next guy. You're not gonna leave, and you don't think you're gonna get the starting job next year. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew you was gonna get that starting job your sophomore year, you wouldn't leave. That's my thing. I'm just like, bro, he just didn't want to be at Georgia no more. You didn't come in and be the star that you thought you were gonna be. And you know what? You like your man, like and everybody, all these other fan bases talking about that. Nah, it doesn't work like that at Georgia. It's whoever's gonna help you win. And Kirby Smart has said that. He said we're not gonna we're not gonna bring players in that are stars and play them just because they're stars. You're gonna earn your spot. So,
but who's to say? But that's the thing. Folks be pinning these players as stars before they even do anything. He ain't done nothing. He ain't done. He didn't do anything. Yeah, he got a good 2 years at Ohio State. Yeah, you played in a cupcake conference. Congratulations. All right, congratulations playing against Indiana. They did give Ohio State the business. Congratulations playing against a team like Maryland or Rutgers or Michigan State when they won good. Like, come on, bro. Like, I watch Big Ten football, man. Like,
Mac Jones
that's
had a
not
tougher schedule last year than
exactly.
Justin Fields. He had a
Mac
way
Jones
harder.
had a tougher schedule than all the other quarterbacks that were drafted. We being real.
Yeah, really and truly. But people like, I understand everybody talking about he had the talent and all, but he had a tougher schedule than anybody.
Oh
And then
my
he had to
goodness,
go
bro.
in. He had to go into the SEC championship and play at Florida.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
like, like, so you can't compare that stuff. Like he had 2 years. Woo, first year he didn't. He's nobody has won a national championship from Ohio State. But these quarterbacks get so much love because what have they all been able to do? They've been able to run and throw the ball.
Oh, they can run. They can run
Yeah,
like the night with Felipe Franks broke off the run. Then Felipe Vick. I'm like, see, this is why I can't have conversations with people on social media because they see this and they be like, oh man, he good. Like, bruh, he just ran the ball. That's it. Now show his
that was
completion,
it.
show his attempts and completion rate numbers. Show me his quarterback rating. I want to see his yards. That's what I want to see. I can care less about what rushing yards he got. So
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
man, we gotta.
you're a quarterback. You get what we always say. You get paid to throw the ball. And he don't throw the ball. He hasn't had a good throwing the ball yet. So y'all give him this
So
hype. I mean, you want to give Felipe hype. You want to support him, but he isn't showing you nothing.
yeah, he's a backup quarterback. He's not going to take over. People that said that Felipe needs to start over Matt Ryan, that conversation, that doggone statement should be dead tonight. He's not taking over Matt Ryan's spot.
Nowhere near.
He shouldn't even, in my opinion, he should not even be a second string quarterback. Third string for a couple of years, let him learn. He can work his way up to be a second string. But we need, oh man, here these people go talking about fire Arthur Smith over a preseason game. Yeah, I'm done for the night, man. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go to bed. Y'all tripping over a preseason game. A preseason game. Y'all already trying to write, oh man, we need to get rid of everybody. We need to get rid of Arthur Smith. We need to get rid of Dean Pease. We need to get rid of Terry Fontenot.
we're one of the poorest ran
Arthur
franchises
Blank.
in the league now. Now we're one of the we're one of the poorest ran franchises in the league, and this and that. Like, okay,
Oh
yeah,
man, we need Arthur Blank need to go on to sign the team. The doggone Tyler Perry. I'm like, bro, y'all kill me with this, man. Like for real. Over
y'all
a
want
preseason
Arthur Blank to
game.
set a team, right? Like everybody wants Arthur Blank to set a team, right?
You sell the team to somebody. He ain't gonna sell the team to just anybody. He gonna sell the team to the highest bidder, and the highest bidder may be sitting somewhere in a whole nother city across the country. And guess what's gonna happen? Team
And
might
let's
end up
be honest,
moving. Guess what?
yeah,
St. Louis need a team. San Diego need a team. San Antonio, they've been trying to get a team.
yeah, and let's be honest, you gonna set a team. Let's look at the Braves. Ted Turner Braves now. It's a whole different ball game when you sell a team and people and you sell it to somebody that don't really care about sports. So like, you can sell a team to somebody. You got to make sure that person really care about the team. If they don't care about the team, we gonna lose a team in Atlanta if he sell it. Let's be honest.
Either they gonna relocate or they gonna just care about making money. Look
Yeah,
at Spanos out there in Los Angeles. He don't care about the Chargers winning the championships. He just care about lining his pockets. That's how
yeah,
some of these owners are. So these owners, they don't care. Like Jerry Jones now. He don't care about the Cowboys winning Super Bowls. He making money no matter what because he already built the brand. He built that Cowboys brand back up. The Cowboys was already a brand before he bought the team back in the late '80s. He only thing he had to do was win a few championships, made the team America's team, and guess what? That legacy is going to continue to live on. Cowboys is going to still make money without even winning rings.
And
That's
then
just
what
how it
crazy,
is.
and we always know why they're gonna make money. It's literally because they are America's team. You have made people from other countries become Cowboys fans because you're supposed to be America's team.
Hmm.
So that's all it is.
So, but you guys, what I like today tonight, I'm gonna give my favor to Jalen Mayfield, and I'm not doing it just because he's a Michigan man. He played really good tonight. Ogundeji played well tonight too, but I really was scouting the offensive line. I told you guys that in my on the show a couple of days ago. Mayfield was in the second level all night long. Go back and look at the tape. He deserves to be that left guard in week one.
Yeah. And he did his press conference today, so go listen to all of Arthur Smith just did his press conference and Jalen Mayfield just did his as well. So like I said, go if I want to go and watch that stuff.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys, we done for the night. If y'all have any other questions, let us know. If you're watching this at a later time, hit us up in the comment section. We'll hit you guys back up. Anything you need to plug, TJ?
No, I don't think so. I didn't do my Saturday, so I'll do it Monday because ESPN just dropped theirs too. So I'll do AP and ESPN top 25s. And we'll be able to talk about that stuff. That'll be Monday, probably Monday night or Monday afternoon.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, you guys. Hope y'all have a great evening. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Try to stay calm, you guys. Like I said, it's the preseason, and next week we'll see our starters playing. They probably won't play the whole. I don't think they're gonna play the. I only think they're gonna play a whole half. They probably play a quarter, and that's it. And I think that's good enough for me to see. So just be cool, you guys. Everything's gonna be fine. If you're new to the channel, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content out, Atlanta Sports Fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holla at your hometown sports podcast. This your boy the Don with another episode of the Don's Favor with my co-host Tyrone. Y'all have a great evening and stay well. Remember, everything's gonna be fine. Just trust the process. We out. Bye.